I guess we can now say that Zac Efron has left High School Musical behind. So Gold is the new Australian film that just got released on Stan here a couple of days ago. It stars Zac Efron in the lead role. It is basically a solo movie. It's set out in the outback. It never really specifically said which outback it is. We just assume it's the Australian outback because he lives here in Australia and this is an Australian film. We can just put two and two together and assume that's where it's set. The only thing is everyone speaks with an almost American accent. It's not Australian in any way. There's nothing that really says it's Australia. So what's this movie about? You've got Virgil, who is played by Zac Efron. He is a drifter. He's looking for a new opportunity. It's like seen a flyer somewhere for this place called The Compound, which is offering work opportunities. And even though the work is really grueling, the hours are shit, it's still better than what he has come from. He is told to meet this man at this place, at this like gas station or whatever, and that this guy was going to take him to the compound for $200. So these two guys, they set off on their journey. They are going for days and days and days, and the car that they're driving breaks down along the way. Once the car's broken down is when our plot really begins, and this is like maybe 20 minutes into the film, so it's a really, really slow start. And once the car is broken down, they find a gigantic piece of gold in the sand, out in the middle of the desert, a fucking enormous piece of gold. Way too big for anyone to carry, or way too big for anyone to pull out with their hands or a shovel. So the two guys put their heads together and they kind of disagree because they don't trust each other. So they decide, they go, okay, Virgil, Zac Efron, you're staying with the gold. And this is where our film begins. Now this movie is essentially a horror film. It is really, really harrowing. It is really slow as well. The majority of the film is just a man trying to survive in probably one of the most hostile environments on the planet, where living is one of the hardest things you're going to be able to do. The whole time you get this sense of just uncomfortableness in the film. Like, you're never comfortable because he's not comfortable. And Zac Efron does a really good job. This film should cement him as a great actor. Like, he's put himself through hell for this film, as probably have the people who made the film, because it's out in the outback. But yeah, it delves into like a psychological horror. It delves into like psychosis and body horror and the remote feeling of being stuck by yourself with limited supplies and like limited water, limited shelter, just the blazing hot heat burning down on you 24/7. This movie's great, in my opinion. I know a lot of people haven't liked it so far. There's been a lot of reviews where people are like, it's kind of shit. And this is just like Twitter reviews, like people going, it was kind of crap, I didn't enjoy it. This movie isn't supposed to be an enjoyable experience. It is supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to be boring. It's supposed to put you out there with Virgil. And I feel like it did a really good job. The directing was good. The cinematography was really good. The sound design of like the fucking hungry dogs that live out in the desert at night, like howling and growling, and like the sounds of the fire that is cracking off the wood. I thought everyone did an awesome job with this movie, not just Zac Efron, even though it was basically his film. I really recommend this one, guys, if you love slow burn, really slow films that are horrors, essentially. Most people will probably say this is like a drama or something. This is not a drama. This is a fucking horror film. And even though it's not scary, it's super, super uncomfortable. It'll probably leave you feeling not great afterwards. And I think that is the goal of the film, to really just show how far greed will push some people and the lengths that they will go to maintain that greed. Yes, that's why I'm going to give Gold an 8 out of 10. So tell me, guys, has anyone watched Gold yet? If you have, comment down below, let me know what you thought about it. Really, really good movie. Probably could have been a little bit better with certain things, but just like minor details, really. I feel like the marketing for this film confused a lot of people as to what this film was going to be. All the stuff that I've seen online is people complaining about it being boring and that they didn't like the ending and stuff that is deliberately done for this film. Like, the reasons why this movie is actually good seems to be why casual viewers who were led to believe that the film was something that it wasn't by the marketing. And that is on the marketing and advertising. It's their fault for fucking up the movie experience for these people. But for someone who hasn't watched the trailer, didn't see anything about it, I really, really love this film. So definitely check it out. Support Australian film. Get on Stan, get on there, watch this film. It's an hour and a half, so it's not even that long, even though it feels really long throughout. And that's just how it's supposed to be. That was a review, guys. Hope you really enjoyed it. As always, click through to another video. We'll keep having some fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.